Hello girlies. This is my first little get ready with me. I wanted to do a chit chat get ready with me. I was gonna do a bench banter, but I'm deciding to do life updates in more of a get ready with me style. Just chit chatting with the girls, you know? And I'm so nervous and giddy about this whole thing. I guess because it's my first get ready with me, but I just want to talk about being chronically online and how I've been pulling back and refreshing myself and kind of realigning and taking care of myself. Let me button this up so I don't gotta nip slip. But yeah, I am going to do my basic everyday makeup for acne prone skin because as you can see, I have my acne scars I'm trying to get rid of. My skin has been behaving lately, so that's great. I have all my makeup for my basic everyday makeup. I do the same thing basically, but today I'm doing a little razzle dazzle. I usually wear a brown liner, but I just don't want to wear liner today, so I'm doing a sparkly lid. Where's my napkin? Okay, I have my napkin and clean my brushes as I go. I like to clean my brushes as I go. I have been on a little, I don't want to say hiatus, because the thing is, I have been working on my skills and my craft as a jeweler and as a artist in general. Like, I've been practicing my jewelry making. I've been doing things like almost every week. I've also been drawing and doing the art things that I love to do, stuff for my business and stuff just for like my personal. I have been doing that. But I have not been actively posting online. Like, I was at a point where I was posting almost every day on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and doing newsletters. Like, I was doing a lot. And I'm kind of like writing a Substack about this. Like, at some point in me starting my business, it's gone from me being an artist to me being a content creator. And like, don't get me wrong, I love creating content. I love recording videos. Like, one of my undergrad degrees, yeah, one of them, because your girl has multiple diplomas, which I'm paying for, unfortunately. But one of my undergrads, well, both of them were like in digital media, but one of them was like focused on digital broadcasting. So I did a lot of Premiere video editing. I did a lot of audio editing, graphic design, and then the other one was social media marketing. So it was learning how to market on social media, looking for trends, SEO marketing, all that stuff. So that was my undergrad. And then for grad school, I don't know why I'm doing a whole breakdown of like school, but grad school, I did advertising, and that was like the overall art direction, stuff like that. And so I'm saying all this to say this, like, content creating is something that I do enjoy. I love doing it. I love having fun with it. But I think I lost sight of like why I was doing my content. I turned more into a content creator than I was an artist. There became a point where I was just doing more hold on, let me get my eyebrows together. There was a point where I was doing more content than I was like working on stuff in my studio, because like I was spending more time editing and more time shooting stuff. I wasn't even in my studio creating, and that was the whole reason I was on social media to begin with, was to share my jewelry and share my journey as a jewelry artist. But I was not even making jewelry. I usually have a concealer that's my skin tone, but as y'all know, the budget's a little snug right now. So I've just been using my concealer that I use for my under eyes for my brows. I just really try and blend it, and I go over a little bit with my foundation. But I also cover my acne marks with my concealer. Sometimes I'll put the color correcting, but sometimes I don't. And right now I'm choosing not to. But as I was saying, I was spending more time shooting content than I was making my jewelry. And I was starting to hate making content, and I was just like, what the heck? I usually love coming up with ideas, but it just became the focal point. And I was just like, I didn't start this to become a content creator. Like, I love theatrics. I was a theater kid. So I love posting and expressing myself on socials. Like, I feel like that is a way to like express yourself. But I was treating it more like the focal point of my job. It became more of like I was trying to be a content creator full time than trying to be an artist full time. Like, I think I'm discovering, and I have been discovering, what works for me as a creative, as an artist that wants to have like a social presence. Cause like I do enjoy it. I do see the benefit of sharing my journey. I feel like, one, the more that I share my journey, the more that I'm finding other artists in jewelry specifically. I'm finding so many cool people. But the more that I'm sharing my journey, I'm finding other artists, whether that be jewelry or other art mediums, and I'm seeing their journey, which is like also helping me learn as I go. Cause like I feel like I remember reading this somewhere, and I'm gonna try to remember where it's from. Not right now, because I'm not going to, but if I do, I'll pop up an insert or I was watching something, a video, where they were talking about how your interest is always like above your skill level. It was something like that, how like the art that you find yourself learning from and being attracted to is like continuously going to level you up. And I feel like the artists that I find now are so interesting, they're so intriguing, their skills are so like, their creativity is so out there and great, and their skill level is just like top notch. And I'm thinking like also for them, they might have someone that they're looking up to. But I do love sharing because of that reason, finding other artists. And also I love documenting my journey. I love looking back at it like a digital journal where I'm like capturing, or like a digital junk journal where I'm capturing all these like moments and memories. So I love looking back at it like that, but it was becoming too much of the focal point for me. And I'm figuring out, as a artist that loves having a social presence and enjoys it, I have to always remember that when I'm creating stuff, is remembering that I'm doing social because I enjoy it and I love to tell a story, but there's a way to like pace myself, and that's something that I'm learning right now. Do I have the full answer of how to do that? No, but I would say right now in my experience, I'm posting less. I'm reeling back on like how much I'm posting. Like I'm not really focused on posting on my personal Instagram anymore. I was doing it initially to, you know, sort of share like who I am as a person, the person behind the art. I just love to like connect those dots. I want people to see me in my life and maybe kind of see an insight on like how I design the way I design and see like kind of my story behind Souri by looking at me. I've been realizing that I've been saying Souri like an American because like I be so ashamed of my Creole. My grandma is just like, girl, you do not know how to speak Creole. So I don't attempt to, but I'm gonna just say Souri like it's supposed to be said, and hopefully I get used to saying it like that. And I'm still using it that way, but I'm relieving the pressure on posting on my um, personal Instagram. Like some things have to be sacrificed. I cannot be a full-time artist and a full-time content creator. Well, some people can. I can, but it's just gonna look different for me. It's not me posting all the time on my personal Instagram. Of course, do love making fun videos and creative videos and making mood boards that tell a story of like my month or week or whatever. But with that, I'm just focusing on posting those when the time permits. If I have some free time, like if I don't have a pop-up or a certain thing coming up, then I can focus on making stuff for my personal Instagram. Since my TikTok is basically behind the scenes of my journey as a jewelry artist, and it's also sometimes I share like lifestyle, sometimes I share outfits. With the outfits and things, I was like kind of forcing it to where the point it wasn't fun anymore. And that's the thing. This doesn't have to be stressful and hard. I'm using my e.l.f. foundation. It's pretty good. It's buildable. With those videos, I was kind of making it like, oh, I need to shoot an outfit video. I need to get this done. I need to have X amount of style videos and vlogs, and it's just like I think I'm learning to have like what I post flow with my life. At the end of the day, I do want to share my journey as an artist, and I think it's easier to share stuff like that because like I'm always in my studio. For the most part, I'm always in my studio making something, so I want the way that I post to flow with my life. Like when I have some free time and I love to play dress up, I don't know, has always been a thing with me. I love to put on makeup and like try on outfits and like take pictures even if I'm not going nowhere. I have always done this since I was a kid whenever I'm bored. But I kind of fell off. Not really, because I used to always go out. So I guess when I wasn't going out, I kind of just wanted to sleep. But during COVID, since we had all that time, I kind of picked it back up again where I would just be at home doing my makeup and like getting ready, getting cute, and just taking pictures. And so it is something that I love, but I was starting to be annoyed because I felt like I had to do it. And so I'm just letting my socials, like I said, flow with my life. And what that looks like for me is there might be weeks where I'm posting a lot more jewelry behind the scenes, making new pieces and stuff like that on like TikTok, and using that content for my business Instagram. But there also may be times where I have a lot more going on in life, and so like I'm sharing vlogs a little bit more. Or there may be times where I do want to play dress up, and so I make like a bunch of dress up videos, and that gives me like a lot of content. I think what I'm trying to say is I'm really just not being so rigid, I guess, with what I have to post when I'm posting it, for people to see my content. And like I said, I'm posting less, so I'm not too worried about posting all the time on my main. It's more of flowing with my life and like doing marketing the way that I enjoy it. And that's by being a storyteller, someone that likes to put mood boards together, someone that likes to experiment, have fun. Like, that's how I'm choosing to market. And yes, my growth is pretty slow, but I feel like the people that are following me are really enjoying my stuff, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. I'm not just posting a bunch of stuff just to post, you know. Of course I'm being consistent, but I think the quality shows, and I think that's who I am. I like to take my time and listen to my body. That's something that I'm doing more in my personal life, and I want to carry that energy into maintaining my business, because no matter what, I want to make sure that I am having a good time. I want to make sure that I feel okay in my body. I don't want to be on overdrive all the time. I want to trust in myself and what myself is telling me. And that's what I've been learning about me, and that's how I'm choosing to conduct my business. I've recently been listening to the Jamie C show. It's a show about just entrepreneurship and doing entrepreneurship with like intention, and how it connects to basically spirituality, and self. I'll add like a little description of what the show is, because I don't think I'm doing it justice how I'm explaining it. And I recently started listening to it like 2 weeks ago, and it's been great, because that's really when I see myself being a business owner, being an artist, selling my jewelry, my apparel. I see it as something that adds to my life in a positive way, mentally, spiritually, physically, in all the ways that it does in a positive way. I don't want to associate having my business with being overly stressed, overly anxious. I want to live in a way where I see my business as a blessing, as something I enjoy, as something that's helping me heal, as something that's helping me move forward in life. I don't want to associate it with any negative feelings. And so I feel like her show really helps. From what I've been listening to, she's really helpful in having you think and providing different insights on leading your business with spirit, and but with understanding who you are as a human. It's been so great. And so I feel like my perspective is shifting with social media and what it plays in my overall business model. I feel like when I first started my business, I was looking a lot of about like running a successful business, marketing trends, and looking at marketing and social marketing more of a strategic sense. And I don't think that's wrong to be logical about things, but I don't think that's who I am as a person. And so trying to keep up with that. Of course, I've always like look at my analytics, but like focusing on numbers and like the Instagram gurus, I'm doing something different. I'm adding this powder blush, and then I'm gonna put my orange blush on top. I don't know how it's gonna go. It's experiment, so we'll see. But I was looking at things of more of a strategic mindset, and that burnt me out because I was seeing so many videos on these are upcoming changes on YouTube and Instagram and yada yada yada, and that's all great and all, but I was also seeing videos how to grow your business with these marketing trends, and having to be on that constantly really started to burn me out. And I think I'm more a person that leads with my intuition and lean in with like my body and how my body feels. My spirituality is very important to me. Ooh, did I do something? Maybe I did. But my spirituality is important to me. And if it's important to me, why don't I make sure that is incorporated into my business, you know? How am I feeling? How is my body doing? What feels right to me as far as how I present my business? I think that matters more to me than fitting trends and like making sure I'm ticking all the boxes. And I feel like that's more sustainable for me. And so that's how I'm choosing to move forward with my business. And that means shifting some stuff in the way that I go about social media marketing and making content. Sometimes I use my bronzer to contour my nose, and so I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'm a guru by far with makeup, but I know a little something. I used to watch a lot of makeup videos, and like that was some of the times that I would get dressed up and like take pictures, and I'm starting to do that again. But obviously I'm not gonna watch a video while I'm recording a video. But yeah, I'm starting to do that and getting a little something on my makeup. But let me do my eyelids real quick. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just taking one of the shimmer colors and putting it all over my lid. I'm gonna just put my finger, go right on in. I feel like my YouTube is gonna just flow with what my life is. If I'm doing a lot of stuff, I'm not gonna follow a particular schedule. That's what I was trying to do. Like, these days are gonna be bench banter. These days are gonna be vlogs. I had like a certain schedule, but I think I'm just gonna go with the flow with this as well. Like, sometimes I'll have a lot more studio work. And so it'll be a studio vlog or a pop-up vlog, or sometimes it won't be a vlog. Maybe it'll be a sit down like this. But my goal is just to post every Friday because YouTube is something that I love to do. It's always been a dream to have a YouTube channel, and I have had one, but I used to give up on them. This is the most consistent I've been. I've been trying to do this since like high school. So this is like just a fun little thing for me. It's a fun way to watch myself grow, watch myself blossom as a woman, you know? And so I'm just committed to posting once a week on Friday. And sometimes razzle dazzle, I might add a short on a Monday, you know? And whatever I post is gonna be up in the air. I feel like this is structure, but structure that works for me. And hopefully structure that works for people watching me. Because this is just something I feel like I need to do for myself so that I can keep going. And people may like it, people may not like it, but I'm loving it so far. I'm loving what I'm doing over here. My eyes, my eyelashes always, for some reason, make my waterworks activate. I still did my little shimmer, but I do it with my finger, and I do it pretty light. There's some things in my makeup routine that have been here since the beginning of time that I just never get rid of. When something works, it works. I have this thing where my makeup will look great in the mirror, but I look at that camera and it's like, oh. Maybe it's because like there's no color yet. I'm shooting in D-Log, so maybe that's why. Because Lord Jesus, please. I have to remember to shoot a thumbnail. I always forget to shoot a thumbnail. Was this the best lip liner? No, but do I give a damn? No. This Fenty lip gloss is muggy. But yeah, that's one. Yep. Oh, I forgot my. Well, I forgot to mention what I use. This is the Morphe Luminous Spray. It's pretty good. I feel like I'm ready for an elevation in my makeup routine because I just want to get more glammy, you know? But for like everyday makeup, the Luminous Spray is pretty good. I still love my Urban Decay, in the black bottle with the purple top. Don't know what it's called, but it's Urban Decay and I love it. That has been my go-to when I want the makeup to stick. But yes, that is my video. That's where I am in my business journey, in my social media, whatever it may be, journey. I can't feel my legs, so I gotta wrap this up. But yeah, this is the makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I don't know if I have the hype button, but if I do, hype this up, please. And I'll see you next time. Bye.